My, there's a lot of activity here.
There are a lot of posts like Reunion, ma'am, established to ensure the safety of settlers traveling west. Been 3 years and no settlers. And after this trouble, there ain't gonna be.
What'd he do?
Miss Reveille.
He's just a boy.
Not to the captain, ma'am. A man who sleeps through Reveille could sleep through an ambush.
Well, is that what you think?
I don't think, ma'am. I do what the captain orders. Captain Ryan, sir, may I present Miss Shannon and Mr. Hickok? They've come about Mrs. Seward's baby.
I'm sorry you traveled such a perilous distance in vain. Mrs. Seward is no longer at Fort Reunion.
I don't understand.
Several days ago, I led a patrol to Cedar Springs, where we were attacked without provocation by hostiles. There were hundreds of them to our handful. My men were killed and probably scalped. I fought as long as I could and barely managed to escape. But as soon as I returned, I evacuated the women and children. And Mrs. Seward and her new baby were among them. Her husband was among the fallen. God rest his soul.
Dear Lord.
But at least he has a healthy young son to carry on his name. Now, I have sent a message to General Conrad at Fort Miles for reinforcements.
Poor Ellen. Alone with a new baby.
I know it's not much consolation, but I want you to rest assured that Lieutenant Seward's death will be avenged. When the reinforcements arrive, I will personally lead the attack against the hostiles who slaughtered my men. Until then, I think it wise if you remain here as our guests.
Stay here?
I can't have you wandering around the country with the enemy out there, now can I?
We'll get through, all right?
No. They let you get through. It's a trap. But they will attack when they're ready. Hopefully, we'll be in a position to attack first.
Well, thank you very much for your invitation, Captain, but...
I'm afraid this is not an invitation, Miss Shannon. It's an order. But the reinforcements will be here soon. And until then, you are my responsibility. Miss Shannon, the lieutenant will show you and Mr. Hickok to our living quarters, where you will stay until we are relieved by fresh troops. Please. I'm only thinking of your well-being.
Don't worry, Emma. Kid's delivering that dispatch to Fort Myers. Troops ought to be here in a couple of days. What is it?
Unless it's moving, we don't ask.
We hadn't been formally introduced. Doc Frank at your service. My condolences on the loss of your friend.
Thank you. Ellen didn't tell me there was a doctor on the post.
She probably figured you wouldn't have come if you'd known.
It doesn't sound like her.
Well, Miss Seward being an army wife, she's probably well acquainted with our doctor methods. Scurvy, cholera, smallpox, typhoid, whatever. Cures all the same. Quinine and whiskey.
Don't say much for delivering babies.
Captain Ryan, West Point class of 40, wants to make a name for itself as Indian fighter. Trouble is, since we've been here, we ain't seen no Indians.
What about Cedar Springs?
Cedar Springs.
He turned this bunch into soldiers, didn't he?
Sortest collection of cutthroat scoundrels, street toughs, and assorted riffraff ever to put on a blue uniform. They enlisted for the romance and wound up at Fort Reunion. Where they'll be lucky to make it out alive.
Yeah, but if they do, it'll be because of what he made them.
All right, I'll grant you that. You look like hell, kid. Rest yourself.
You gotta keep going. Go ahead.
There's Sergeant John McCafferty and Corporal Donahue. They make us march up to the crack and gallant company Q. The drums, they're all upon my soul, for that's the way we go. 40 miles a day on beans and hay, the regular army, oh. There's Sergeant John McCafferty and Corporal Donahue. They make us march up to the crack and gallant company Q.
Well, it ain't fancy, but it's the best we got. The officer's kin lived here.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Don't you worry about no critters, Miss Shannon. They've all moved on to greener pastures.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Don't be afraid, miss. I ain't gonna hurt you. I just want to dance. Take it easy, fella. I'm just having fun. I want to kill you.
Jimmy, no! Jimmy! Jimmy, please stop! Jimmy! Jimmy, no! Jimmy!
Did he hurt you?
I'm all right.
Did he?
I'm all right. It's all right. It's all right. He's just a little drunk and a lot scared. He didn't mean no harm.
Thank you for understanding, ma'am.
Please, don't punish him, Lieutenant.
Well, that's up to the captain. Well, that's it, Cassidy. Don't think for yourself. Thinking in the Army is a military sin. Acting on it's a corporal offense. You gonna be able to sleep all right?
I rest easier knowing you're here.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, Jimmy. What have I got you into?
It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I'll take care of you.
Go back to your bunk, Babbitt.
Sir?
Go on, get the hell out of here before I change my mind.
Morning.
Morning.
Jimmy, about last night, I just wanted to thank you.